All right, William Rivera. How you doing?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Chilling, bro. Give a 3-second version of who you are, what you do. I mean, most people know who you are, but...
Yes, I own a company called ecomdegree.com, and we teach people how to build online stores pretty much on Amazon and Walmart.
That's sick. And how long have you done that for?
I've been doing it for 7 years now.
7 years?
Yeah.
So give me a little background of what business was like before we met.
Yeah, I mean, probably like most people in this industry, like I've always just been really, really good at sales and marketing. So paid ads, organic content, and I've always been able to drive a lot of sales to the company, but fulfillment hasn't always been what it needed to be, especially at the scale that we're at now. And we grew really fast. You know, we went from like 30K a month to 300K a month to $2 million a month. So when you're good at sales and marketing, odds are you probably aren't that good at fulfillment. So we were having troubles there, like actually making sure that everybody was happy and growing the client success team and everything. So when you guys came in, you guys pretty much streamlined that, and most importantly, took it off my hands so I could just keep focusing on the sales and marketing, which is what I'm good at.
100%. And what results that we achieved mattered the most to you?
The biggest for sure was the refund prevention, like putting in all the systems to where clients 100% got what they paid for, that if they had a refund, we could de-escalate that. Those were the two biggest things, because I feel like most people in info have a lot of holes in their business that are causing refunds that they don't even know about, right? Like links could be sent to spam. Students could simply just not be getting access. Also, even like in the app, the custom app that we have now, you know, we know exactly when a student isn't progressing through the program, so we can contact them before a refund even happens, because a lot of times refunds come from just students not being held accountable. Yeah. And that's like probably a big money, like that's money being burned on fire for a lot of these info businesses. It's not holding their students accountable. So those are probably the biggest wins for us.
100%. Yeah, and then the AI accountability agent holds all your clients accountable too, which makes it really sick. Cool, so what surprised you the most about the process?
What surprised me the most was probably how hands-off it was. We hopped on like, I think maybe 2 meetings. And then after that, it was pretty much, you know, you and your team just built out everything. And the product is just really good. Like the app looks really good. I was literally on a call yesterday with Nick Fisher, another really big guy in info. He manages Pace Morby's offer. And I was telling him about like what we have going on, what you built. He was impressed. He was like, wow, like I don't even have that built. And he's like an AI head, like.
Yeah.
So just the product, really, really good product.
That's super sick. One other thing, I know in your webinars, you switched the strategy up a little bit where you showcase the app in your pitch. What does that look like and how does that help?
Yeah, so this actually, I started doing this like a couple years ago. I would show the inside of Kajabi, because that's where my course was hosted. And I saw that it bumped my conversion rate a lot. And then I stopped doing it. But then when you released when you actually finished the app, I was like, wow, it would probably increase my conversion rate if I showed people like what they're actually getting access to, that it's all custom, that they have like the AI coach there and everything. So towards the end of my webinar after the pitch, I pretty much asked the audience like, hey, do you want to see a sneak peek of what you're gonna get? They comment yes, and then I show them the inside of the app, and we've seen a pretty big boost in conversions from that as well. Yeah. Just pretty much unveiling like the curtain of what they're gonna get when they enroll.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like most people, when you buy an info product, it's a course. Yeah. Right? But when you have an all-in-one solution that fits everything in it, it makes it.
And I feel like most people just don't have a good enough product that they would want to show it off on a website. Yeah. With this, it's like, yeah, I want to show you, I want to like flex what I have. Yeah. And if you don't buy this, like you're tripping.
Yeah. What was the, like, is there a specific number? I could pull up some numbers here, but is there a specific like percentage of improvement that you feel like you noticed?
The exact percentage, I don't know. You probably have that data, but I know we saved over $100,000 in refunds for sure.
Yeah, we have it right here. We've saved over $95,000 in refunds in October and November alone. So that doesn't count to December or any of that as well. So
yeah, it's crazy.
ROI back immediately.
For sure.
So what would you say to someone that was kind of thinking about building or investing like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 into a custom core platform, but is like not willing to take that extra step or leap of faith?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very logical person, so I would think very logical about it. You know, if you're scaling your business, you're probably losing at least 10 to 30% every month just from your product not being what it needs to be to keep customers happy. So like, for example, like if you're if you're making $1 million a month, like you could be losing $100,000 a month in refunds, chargebacks, disputes from customers that aren't happy simply because the fulfillment isn't as good as the sales and marketing. And odds are, if you're in info, if you're a founder, you know, you got into the space and you're doing well in the space because you figured out sales or you figured out marketing. And if your sales and marketing is really good, but fulfillment is what you're lacking, your customers are gonna see that. They're gonna be like, wow, like the webinar was really, really good, but then when I got into the program, it wasn't as good as the salespeople were saying it was, or as the founder was saying it was in the webinar. So you want your fulfillment to match your sales and marketing. Whatever you're investing in ads, like you should invest at least once in your lifetime that on product, right? To make sure that you have something good. So yeah, that's what I would say. It's only like a one-time investment, and it's gonna save you a lot of money. Because I guarantee you, if you look back at the last 12 months, how much you've paid in refunds, chargebacks, disputes, and even like sales lost because they didn't believe in the product when they were on your webinar or whatever, because you weren't able to show them because you didn't want to show them. It definitely makes sense to invest in product.
Yeah, no, 100%. One of our clients just did $760K in one webinar, literally just showcasing the product that we built for him. So it's not just like a refund chargeback thing, it's now conversion booster, direct revenue.
100%. 100%.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's not an industry norm to do that. I don't really know many people that showcase their product. A lot of people, you can't see the inside of their product until you buy.
Yeah.
It comes off very transparent because it is when you actually show your clients what they're going to be getting before they pay for it.
Yeah.
So they just trust you more because they know exactly what they're going to get. They're not just paying and hoping that they get something good.
Yeah. And what's been the most like unexpected benefit of having like a custom core platform?
The most unexpected benefit, honestly, besides all the obvious benefits, is just flexing it. And I didn't realize that until yesterday, because yesterday I did the podcast with Nick Fisher, and then I was just telling him about all the things that I have in the app, and he was like, wow, like that's crazy. It's a flex. Not a lot of people have their own custom app, custom portal where they have their program, their coaches, the calendar, everything. A lot of people are using, platforms like Kajabi, Teachable, School, like all the platforms out there. So when you have your own custom thing, like that's a flex. You're in like the top 1% in the space for sure.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of investment, both financially and time, to get to the 1% in that space. But with something like this, do you feel like it would be easier for someone to get there?
Yeah, 100%. With something like this, literally I hopped on 2 meetings and then it was built.
Yeah.
Also, something that we didn't talk about is, for those people in the info space that are looking to actually exit, they're like, they feel like they have something that's worth exiting. You feel like you can actually build enterprise value with whatever service or product that you're selling. It's going to be hard to sell that if you don't have your own custom portal, custom app, because then they're just going to categorize you like all of the other products that are in that, software, like School, WAP, whatever. So it's good to have your own custom thing.
No, 100%. I know you've been in the info space for 4 years, so you've definitely tried fulfillment stuff in the past. What would you say you've tried in the past before we started working together?
I would say in the past, I've hired like CSMs, I've hired coaches before, tried to hire more coaches to kind of like put a band-aid on certain situations. But at the end of the day, you just need someone that's actually good at fulfillment, just like how you're good at marketing or sales, to come in and do the job. And we know this, but I guess we don't think about it in the moment, but you just need to hire an expert to do the job. If you're naturally not good at ops, if you're naturally not good at fulfillment, don't try to do the ops and don't try to do the fulfillment. Just hire an expert to figure it out for you, because they're gonna see things that you don't even see that are issues. Yeah, that's been my experience with it. I've tried to solve it on my own, but it was best when I just paid you to just kind of just identify all the red flags and then fix them.
100%, yeah. So you went from hiring a bunch of coaches, putting band-aids on wound that needs stitches, basically, to building the custom core platform. When did you first realize that it was actually working?
Well, I would say the most obvious sign was the refunds dropped dramatically. So we weren't seeing as many refund requests, we weren't seeing as many tickets. Because another big issue that we had was not necessarily a lot of refunds, but just a lot of support tickets because of little issues like people not receiving the link, people not knowing where to go for certain things. So the app kind of mitigated all of that. All of that dropped. Also, seeing students actually complement the product. Like we always had students that were getting results like that. That was never an issue. But people actually complimenting the look of the product and like the actual UI and the experience. Like we started getting that once we rolled out the app.
100%, yeah. What was the kind of like a breaking point where you were like, I need to invest in help in my fulfillment? Like what pushed you over the edge?
What pushed us over the edge was when our sales started dropping down, the refunds became more noticeable, right? Like when revenue starts going down, you start seeing like, oh, because if you're making $2 million a month and you're getting like 100K in refunds, you're like, all right, whatever, that's probably normal at the scale that I'm at.
Yeah.
But when that sustains at a lower revenue, now you're like, oh, it's actually just a issue, like it's a problem. So I think that was like my biggest breaking point when like business started to slow down a bit, revenue started to go down, but the refunds were still pretty high.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is something that we definitely need to solve. And you know, we were also getting refund requests like from people that had enrolled months ago. So I knew that there was like some type of customer journey issue that we needed to fix.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like when I decided to go with you to build this.
Makes sense. Looking at what you invested and what you're pulling in now, how do you feel about the return?
I mean, it's a no-brainer. Like I said, I'm a very logical person. I'm not an emotional buyer whatsoever. But I mean, for what I paid, I mean, we saved in refunds 4x.
Yeah.
And that's just refunds.
That's just refunds.
That's just refunds. That's not including like all the other benefits too. And there's, you know, we increased the conversion rate on our webinar. So that alone could have paid for the investment too, you know, minus the refunds that it's saving. And this is a product that it has everlasting benefits. You know, like I paid you one time, but 5 years from now, this product might save me like millions of dollars in refunds and disputes and make me millions of dollars because of that slight conversion rate bump on the webinar. So it's definitely a no-brainer. If you're someone that's a founder in the info space and you're not good at ops or fulfillment, I would say just pay and get this headache out the way because you're gonna run into it eventually. Like if you keep scaling your business, you're gonna reach a point where your fulfillment needs to be revamped. So you might as well revamp it now so that you're built to scale.
100%. If you had to put a dollar value on what you've gotten, what would you say the dollar value is?
I don't know. I don't want to undervalue you, but I would say the true value is definitely like in the six to seven figure range, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I probably would have paid if I knew what I was gonna get, because I didn't even know how valuable it was until you installed it. But it's definitely worth at least like $250,000.
Yeah, that's
like I saw that return like within a couple months.
Yeah. 100%. Tell us a little bit about what your plans are next 12 months. What are you aiming for?
Yeah, so next 12 months, we have this new angle that we're pushing, the Walmart angle. We're ramping up the daily webinars again. We're ramping up our high ticket coaching offer on the back end again as well. I also co-own other offers like Her Last Call, Build Remote. So we're just strategizing because everybody knows like December and January are usually the biggest months in info.
Yeah.
So we're just strategizing around that, and luckily, you know, we have the app, so we're built to scale, so we're not worried about the fulfillment whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's already taken care of.
You got that for Alexis too, which is sick. Cool, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Thank you.
Will Rivera, Mr. Willie.
That was good.